Austino woke up drenched in sweat and related his night dreams to Passiona. "Wow," she replied. "I hope that is not a toe vision of the future. Tell me some real tales as you promised." Austino replied, "It might be, but okay, some here are some actual tales. The government had a place called Granite Mountain to retreat to during the Cold War, but its location became quite well known, and although it was secure, it was also a bit antiquated, so they built a new place, its whereabouts unknown even to me, a member of the Ninja Empire. Before the new place was completed, though, there was an atomic bomb threat to Washington, D.C., and so they all rushed there. The bomb was real and was coming up the Potomac River. When it was intercepted, it was found not be defusable, and so the CIA flew it to Granite Mountain, giving everyone 30 minutes to clear out, for that is when it was set to detonate. Then they dumped it down the elevator shaft deep into the mountain where it exploded, causing no real problems except within the depths of the mountain. I read a novel story about this. Needless to say, they were all shocked when the bomb was sent to their safe place, the only place nearby that could contain its terrible effects. "Can you tell me any more secrets?" she asked. "Okay, Passiona, now about the files of things that never happened that I happened to retrieve intact. As I worked for the Ninja Empire, I rendered the details of a recent escapade into the final TOE CIA report, using the highest powers of language in order to flesh out the truth in some living words that were finely dressed, and then, using the Grandmaster's pass, filed the account, after all had read it, into the tube of secrets of that which never happened, the one that led to the vault, 20 miles down into the earth, and then I noted the maintenance stairway beside it, where none had ever gone, and looked around. The Master knew that I would, to see it spiral down into Neverland. So strangely compelling it was that I ventured down underground beyond all sight and sound. My last report from those days was that I had to fake my own death and then hide out for a while. I'm only 5 miles up the stairway to heaven on earth, and am posting from my cell phone. I'm carrying all sorts of documents to the surface that have never seen the light of day. Oops, I just dropped the sad story of the Kennedy brothers, but I'd noted that the Mafia hired foreign assassins to cover their tracks. And there goes the report on Area 51, which was too long to read. I'm 6 miles up now, 17 more to go. I see the throne of doom, snakes curled all around and under it. "Cripes," Passiona responded. "That's the story, sweetie heart," said Austino. "You're looking good, my dear Passiona. Now that 2023 is solved, we can get back to business. And I'll tell those secret stories soon. We'll go to the time chamber to live them out. The air is balmy and your motion is dynamic," she said. Passiona was so hot she had to cool off, and suddenly Passiona disappeared in a poof of vapor. For some reason, Austino was suddenly covered head to toe with vapor, drenched with a very sweet scent. "Holy Toledo, Austino, you make sure you keep those top secret files, documents and whatnot secure in your grasp. I am seriously curious, so curious in fact that you simply just must read every word to me. I'm dying to know what you have. And I might add about Area 51, I think they should release it."
"Dear Seriously Curious," Austino related. "Right now I have a deadly container of biological germ warfare, if you are really dying to know. But I threw that away real fast. What I have is the President's book, written by past presidents and readable only by a president in office. This is the only copy of all secrets, except for what I also have, at least those that the CIA told the presidents about. I have access, since I know the president, and to all the CIA secrets as well, DIA too. The current president, I dare not reveal his name due to the TOE Quest guidelines against discussing politics, but his name starts with O, was later of Chicago, Illinois, where I lived, but that's not where I met him, only knowing him in Chicago all the more there after he arrived and rose to power as a senator. We met in Punahou, Oahu, Hawaii, at the basketball court of Punahou High School. He was on the team and I was a spectator, living between secret assignments in a tower in Punahou at one end of the rainbow that crossed over the Manoa Valley from the University of Hawaii. We kept in touch and the rest is history. Finally, we have a president who understands the value of science, but we still cannot talk about politics on TOE Quest, so please strike this. I will only be telling relatively old secrets maybe that have no current value to our enemies, plus we know that TOE Quest is secure, being of the Ninja Empire. I can also discount many rumors that are simply not true. For example, the Chinese are not trying to conquer us by slipping sneaky ingredients into vaccines and pharmaceuticals, of which they make many. It takes a long time to get approval by the FDA, plus the last thing any business would want would be to have the bad publicity of some huge tainted pill problem. Paranoia strikes deep. Anyway, according to Nelson DeMille, one time Russia was running a charm school to train its more whitish-looking northerners to pose as Americans to infiltrate our infrastructure. They were using our Vietnam prisoners of war as instructors of all aspects of American society. They even built a model of Main Street, USA, complete with working banks, hair salons, and the whole 9 yards of a football field. Not only did the instructors subtly teach the wrong stuff of inaccurate nuances, we found out about the place and nerve-gassed most of it, retaining some Russians to become double agents that then spied on Russia for us. Meanwhile, Austino is still drenched in the alluring fragrance of the vapor that permeated on through to his soul. He said that the inundation of the bouquet of aroma was irresistible in its redolence. William of Ockham, known as Ockham, led a simple life, for he didn't have a wife.